guys, welcome back to Indy Sooner. As always, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family. We're always excited to have you guys. Hey guys, welcome back to Indy Sooner. It's your boy JP. Glad to be back here with you guys. We're just going to go over the draft really quick, talk about the Sooners that got drafted, what we can expect to see out of them and their respective places that they went. Friday, I'll be dropping a video about Spencer Rattler and what we can hope to see out of him in next year's draft, and if he will go number one indeed. So, hey, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Indy_Sooner. Again, that's Indy_Sooner. Also, look out for us on Instagram at Indy_Sooner. We'll be on that platform here pretty soon. But excited to dive into this with you guys. Obviously, it's awesome that 5 Sooners got drafted out of the 6 that really declared. The only one that didn't get drafted is Adrian Ealy. Got picked up as an undrafted free agent by the Ravens, which, hey, they have a great history with Sooners, drafting Orlando Brown Jr., drafting Mark Andrews, right? That's fine. Okay, so I think he's going to do well there. I think maybe, hopefully, he could potentially do enough to get on the roster. Don't know really why he didn't get drafted. Maybe it was his pro day. I mean, his tape's okay. It's average. It's not wonderful. It doesn't jump off the page at you. But again, Bill Bedenbaugh built him. He's coached by Bill Bedenbaugh, and that normally has enough to get you drafted. I mean, you just ask the last couple linemen we've had in the draft, right? Cody Ford, Drew Samia, Ben Powers, Creed, obviously, Orlando Brown Jr., I already said Cody Ford, excuse me, all drafted, right? I mean, I don't know, besides maybe Eric Wren was the last one that's consistently played for Bedenbaugh that didn't get drafted, so, in the last couple of years. So, I don't know. But, again, that's okay. Hopefully, he does well. So, Creed Humphrey obviously went on the board first. Everybody expected that, I think. Maybe they thought they might be able to be about it. I can't even talk. Man. I can't even talk. They thought there might be able to be a battle between him and Ronnie Perkins for who's going to be the first shooter off the board. Creed got that. Fell all the way down to 63, pick 63, the 31st pick of the second draft, or the second round, excuse me. He went to the Chiefs. Are we trying to give these dudes another Super Bowl? I mean, they already made it to one last year, which I said when they drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I said they're going to the Super Bowl, and they're probably going to win it. Only reason they probably didn't win it is because they had revolving doors at left and right tackle. Patrick couldn't do nothing. Okay? So we're just gonna give them, right? Orlando Brown, who got traded by the Ravens. Understand why, they respect him a lot. He wanted to play left tackle real bad, wasn't gonna play right tackle. Okay, that's fine. But to the Chiefs, dog, like to the best quarterback in the game, like come on now. And then we allow another built by Bedenbaugh center, one of the best centers in Oklahoma history, to fall to them. Nobody picked him up. And I get you're not thinking about other teams, but at the same time, dang, the Chiefs, we're going to let them just rebuild their whole offensive line. Bet. Okay. Hey, when something happened this year, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. I told y'all. I told y'all what was going to happen. Okay. Hey, next, Ronnie Perkins got drafted in the 3rd round. I don't know how he slipped that far, if I'm being real with you. I don't know if it's because they thought he had small arms. I mean, his tape is awesome. Plenty of people said that. Brian Baldinger, right, that does the little Baldies NFL takes on Twitter, has been raving about Ronnie, and somehow he slipped to the 3rd round, right? Like I don't know what it was. And Boston Globe wants to come out and write a terrible article saying that Ronnie has off-the-field issues because he smoked some weed and made a mistake as far as, not following the NCAA's rules on that. That's ridiculous. Like, he didn't break a law. Okay, he did the wrong thing when it came to the NCAA, and he got suspended for it, and he paid his due, and he was a leader in the whole thing. But we're going to say that he had off-the-field issues when we talk about your quarterback that you just drafted in the 1st round, Mac Jones, having a DUI, but we're not going to talk about that. Now, I'll say that for another time. But that's what I'm saying. If that's the reason he fell, that's asinine, and it's ridiculous. Shouldn't have happened. He's a beast. Bill Belichick's going to utilize him as a beast. I'm excited for it, personally. So, hey, look out, AFC East. The next one to be drafted, Ramondre Stevenson. I don't know who expected him to go maybe in 4th round, 5th round, but most people probably had him at that point at least. Again, he's 5'11", 235 pounds. He's somebody that is just a bowling ball of a back and incredible in pass protection. That was one of the best things they had said about him in Senior Bowl practices, was how awesome he looked in pass protection. And so I think, if you can pass protect as a running back, especially in the NFL, you're going to be used a lot. And especially if Mac Jones turns out to be the starter day one, which a lot of people think, he's going to be able to be used in a good way, in a good position, as far as protecting the quarterback. And then, hey, goal line situations, maybe third down back. Maybe he turns into every down back, excuse me. I know he models his game after LeGarrette Blount, and he's in a LeGarrette Blount mode, really. He's not as big as him as far as like height, but he's just as thick. And we know what he did at the University of Oklahoma. We know what he probably could have done if he started at the beginning of the year. But I digress. So congrats from Andre. Trey Brown is the next one to get drafted. Breaking finally the curse of Sooners defensive backs not being drafted in a while. Maybe since, I don't even, did Zach Sanchez get drafted, or was he undrafted? I think he was an undrafted free agent, right, to Carolina, or did he get drafted in the later rounds? You have to remind me. But anyways, it's been a while, right, especially this high. Trey Brown goes in the fourth round, but the fourth round nonetheless, to Seattle. And I think they're going to get a lot of use for him out there. Love his speed. They love his tenacity. And so, Trey's really, really worked hard to get where he is. Everybody said 918 stand up, right? Talking about Tulsa and the just fertile recruiting grounds that Tulsa is. And, especially Union High School where he's out of. But, I think all Oklahomans would say that they're really proud of Trey. And last but not least, Trey Norwood. Trey, right? Why can't I talk today, y'all? That dynamic duo that was kind of inserted into the starting lineup against Oklahoma State in 2017 when we got to the Rose Bowl, and started kind of all the way through, and they really made it through together. They have a really tight bond. You can see that on Twitter. Even between their moms, they're really, really tight with each other. And so it's awesome to see both of them get drafted and see their dreams lived out. It's awesome to see Trey get drafted in the middle of the 7th round to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They think he's a utility, right? Back, a Swiss Army knife, as Mike Tomlin called him. So at the end of the day, we're just proud of them. We're proud of Trey Norwood, especially. I thought he left too early. I didn't think he was going to get drafted, if I'm being real with you. But I'm proud of him that he did. Probably did enough to get noticed by some people. And proud that these two are finally starting to bring back some of that defensive back prowess to Oklahoma. Again, maybe it's not first round like we may want, but they're setting the stepping stone, right? We talk about setting the tone, setting the tradition, getting it back to the tradition that it was with Roy Williams and those cats, right? So step in the right direction, getting 2 defensive backs drafted. It's a shout out to Alex Grant, a shout out to Roy Manning for the work that they've done with those guys. Shout out to Calvin Thibodeau and Jamar Cain for the work they did with Ronnie Perkins. It's just amazing to see that we got 3 defensive players drafted when it was hard to get defensive players drafted in the past. And so we're excited about that. And hopefully in the future, that's not even going to be a question whether OU's going to have defensive players drafted. I think that's just going to be the norm, and that's what we expect. So, hey, look out for that video on Spencer Rattler coming this Friday. Like I said, make sure you hit the notification bell, subscribe, join the family. I love y'all. Be easy. Boomer.